I have tons of peas to harvest, so I'm going to just harvest all of them. Some of them have been on here for way too long. I'm just going to harvest all of them now and see what I can make with it. I have to go through and take all these out of all their shell and pop them out. And I'll be back when I do that. Okay, I have all the ingredients on hand now, which is nice. So I have the peas, which I'm probably going to use a cup of peas for each of my pints. Then I have this canned ham. And I'm going to use 1/4 cup of that per pint. Then I have this mix of carrots, celery, and onions, and I'm going to use 1/2 cup of that per pint. And then I'm just going to use chicken broth and some seasonings, and that's it. And do the next part, which is open up one of these canned hams and chop it up. Let's see what this is like. This ham is super salty, so I'm not going to be using any salt for this recipe just because this ham is so salty. I ran these under some warm water so they would be nice and warm. I want them to be warm. I don't want them frozen or cold. And I have 3 little bay leaves. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of bay leaf in each one of these jars. It's just a little bay leaf, a little bit in each one. And then I'm going to go ahead and add a cup of peas. This will be pretty simple here. Just got a cup of peas. I'm just going to put a cup of peas in each one of my jars. It's pretty easy, just a cup of peas in each one. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper to each one of these. So just a little bit of pepper to each one. Now I have the pepper and I'm going to add just a dash of allspice. I have just allspice and I'm just going to go like that to each one. Just a little bit. Just a little sprinkling because the flavor will get much more intense when you can. So you just need a little bit. Add 1/4 cup of the ham to each one. Just going to put that in there like that. And I'm going to do that to each one of these. Put ham in each one of these. And then one of those little hams would be enough to do about 11 or 10 or 11, maybe even 12 pints. Okay, the last of the ingredients here, I'm just going to take 1/2 cup of this mix. And just dump it into each one of these. And that's it. There, see how that is? Just all packed in there like that. And now for the last part is for the chicken broth. I'm going to take a chicken broth here, and I'm just going to pour it in till it reaches the rim, which is where an inch is, and debubble, and just keep doing that so that it's the liquid comes up to here. So let me go ahead and debubble a bit, stir this around with my chopstick, and add a little bit more broth. And that's it. And now that I have all the jars debubbled and filled up with broth to 1 inch, I'm going to take a little bit of vinegar and put it on a paper towel, and I'm going to wipe all of the rims so that they're nice and clean and free of any oil or anything. Okay, I'm just going to wipe the rims here. Make sure they are nice and smooth. Make sure I didn't miss anything when I was washing them and inspecting them before, and then I can get the lids on. I have my lids here all cleaned and ready to go. I'm just using the ball lids. I'm not going to use the Tatler ones today because these are just easier and faster, and you can tell I'm just making a real quick, fast recipe using the frozen vegetables and peas and some ham. Okay, I'm just going to put the rings on each one and just do it finger tight and put it in the canner. Okay, they're all in the canner. I'm going to put the lid on. I have the heat on, and then I just have to wait for it to start venting out the top. Okay, it's starting to steam there, so I'm just going to vent it for 10 minutes, and then I'll put the weight on. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, so I can go ahead and put the weight on, and since this has ham in it, it's 75 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and put the weight on, and then wait till it goes up, and then start counting down for 75 minutes. Okay, it's been 75 minutes, so I just turned the heat off, and I'll just wait for pressure to come down all the way, just to drop, and then I can take the weight off. Okay, the pressure is all the way down, so I'm going to go ahead and just take the weight off and set the timer for 10 minutes, and then I can remove the lid. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and take off the lid real slow here and get these out of here and put them over here on this towel. Okay, I'm just going to take them out here one by one, real easy. And then I'm just going to bring them over here and set them down. Okay, so I'm going to take them out here and set them down to cool off overnight. Okay, there they are. All out of the canner and still pretty hot. My garden peas and ham vegetable meal. And since I used the ball lids that came in the packs, some of these may not seal. So I'll be able to open it up and show you what it's like immediately, probably after they all cool and I test to see. If not, I'm going to open up one anyway, so we'll find out. Sure, it's the next day, and of course one didn't seal. Said every time now I use the ball lids from the packs, they don't seal. So I'm definitely not going to be buying them ever again. I'm going to buy the bulk ones from Layman's and fill more container and use Tatler lids. It's just, they work better. Anyway, so this is, don't mind my dirty hands, I've been digging outside all day and pulling weeds. These are my ham and peas. So I'm gonna, since this one didn't seal, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in a container and heat it up. Okay, put it in there, ham and peas. This kind of has the same flavors as like split pea soup, except for, you know, it's not split peas. I'm gonna go ahead and put this right in here. This would be really good with like a baked potato or something too. It's really good. So it's kind of have the flavors of like split pea soup, but also kind of the flavors of like a slow cooked pot roast or something. It's really good. Pretty good and filling. I'm enjoying it. So I'm glad I have this on my shelf. That was pretty good. I'd say it's actually pretty fantastic. So if you like peas and you like peas and ham or like peas and sausages and things like that, this is a really good meal to have ready. It was really good, and it was something I could use my garden peas up for. So now I have some instant pea meals to eat when I don't feel like doing something, or like today when I'm really, really busy. So this came in handy.